Tonight on Live from the Theater Basement, our correspondent talks with the cast and crew of the comedy The Foreigner. When everyone in the lodge thinks that a stranger doesn't understand a word of English, some devious characters speak freely around him, and he learns some dark secrets. A hilarious comedy based upon a devilishly clever idea. The Foreigner, tonight on Live from the Theater Basement.
Experience an elevated senior living lifestyle at The Bluffs in beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona. Imagine an intimate and authentic retirement lifestyle enhanced by custom-tailored, 5-star quality service in an upscale community at the edge of a picturesque mountain. The Bluffs in Flagstaff, Arizona.
I'm your host, Chris Verrill. Tonight's correspondent, Jamie Hassapis, talks with the director of The Foreigner, Stan Sutherland, and two of the cast members, Kai Bergland and Christine Fredericks, all about the show that runs May 20th through June 5th. That's The Foreigner, tonight, here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Thanks, Chris. Welcome, all three of you. I'm so excited to hear about The Foreigner. So, Stan, first of all, tell me about the journey you've had in putting this together.
Well, the journey for me started back in 1989 in Racine, Wisconsin, where I used to perform at the Racine Theater Guild, and I played the part of Charlie in The Foreigner.
Oh.
And I'd had an absolute blast with that part and with the show. It's the all-time favorite experience I ever had in the theater. It's just a wonderful play for the actors as well as for the audience, because there's so much to enjoy. And the characters are so interesting and so fun. And we got 7 characters, and I think all the actors are having a great time with it, just as we did back then.
Oh, great. And so we got 2 of the 7
Yeah.
right here, Christine and Kai.
Yes.
And so tell me, Kai, what role are you playing?
I will be playing the role of David, who is sort of a preacher, and he seems like a nice guy. You get to experience a lot of change with him. He's a fun character to learn, so.
Oh, nice. And Christine?
I play Betty Meeks, who is kind of the proprietor of the scene, so she owns this lodge where everything takes place.
Ah, nice. And so, Stan, how's this process been going with our 7 actors and getting this play ready?
It's great. Well, you know, this script is one that's an actor's script. In fact, Larry Shue, the author, the playwright, was an actor at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater when he wrote this play. And you can tell plays that are written by actors because things flow naturally, the lines are not difficult to learn, the cues are good, and there's a lot of color in the script, and the characters are drawn very, very vividly, so that you really get you get the gist of a character very quickly after they come on stage. Although a couple of them fool you for a while, you find out they're not quite what they appear to be, and that's always kind of fun.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
So tell me, what can the audience expect?
Well, for one thing, they can expect to laugh a lot.
Oh, nice.
I know, just when we had the read-through the first night of rehearsal, we were all just in stitches with these lines in the play, with these funny situations and characters in the play. And so they can expect certainly a lot of laughs. But the other thing they can expect is to feel kind of touched by the play.
Oh, nice.
Because the characters in the play and the changes they go through are really quite touching.
Oh, nice.
And people can relate to these things. You have characters who feel very insecure and very unsure of themselves, and by the end of the play they're feeling a lot better about themselves because of things that happen and things they're able to do during the course of the play. And that's always kind of uplifting.
Oh, that's nice. Christine, tell me about your journey in this. What enticed you to audition for this play?
I watched the play on YouTube or whichever venue it was, and I thought, she's an interesting character. She would be fun to play. She has a very definite Southern accent, so I'm learning, working on that.
She's good at the Southern accent.
Let's hear it.
She really is.
Well, Mr. Jamie, we just have to practice a little bit more.
Okay, we'll do that.
So,
Right.
Georgia,
Yeah.
she's a little older than I am, so they're gonna have to age me a little bit, but that's okay, we can do that. But,
It's easier to go that direction.
That direction than the other direction,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So we're working on wardrobe right now because I have nothing in my wardrobe really that an older woman might wear, thank goodness. But I thought, she'd be fun to play, and I'm happy to be part of the cast.
Oh, great. Well, I can hardly wait to see it. I haven't seen you on stage before, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's been a long time for me
Yeah.
since I've had to memorize lines, so.
Struggle or not?
I won't know until this is over, right?
Yeah. Yes, and Kai, what about you? What was your journey like here?
For me, I'm a very recent actor. I took up the stage for the first time in October of last year. I did I Hate Hamlet, and since then have just wanted to be on stage, and The Foreigner has been my first opportunity to get back there. I auditioned, and I didn't get the role I was looking for, but I got another interesting role. So David sort of starts off a bit confident in a way, in the opposite way that Stan was talking about. He starts off with an image in his head of what his life is going to be in just a few days, and then that very quickly breaks down over the course of the play. So I'm very curious to get into the nuance of that and bring a nice portrayal for everyone to that. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. And about how long is the play? Is it?
It's 2 acts, 2 scenes in each act.
Okay.
It'll probably run about an hour, 45 to 2 hours
Okay.
total.
That's what people can expect.
Yeah. And there'll be an intermission between the first and second act.
Well, great. So when is the performance?
We open May 20th with a preview on May 19th.
Okay.
And we run through June 5th.
All right. And tickets are available
Yes.
right now?
And with The Foreigner, for the first time in quite a while, we are relaxing the distancing requirements in the theater. So we won't have to be spacing people out in the theater because of the progress that's being made with the COVID thing. So we'll be able to sell as many tickets as we can for this show and not have to limit ourselves.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great. And how many, or rather, is the masking still going in play in the theater?
Yeah, we're wearing masks during rehearsals, and all the actors and everybody had to be tested before we started rehearsals. But unless somebody gets exposed or tested positive for some other reason, we won't be requiring continuing testing. We will be rehearsing with masks, but of course we'll be performing without the masks.
Right, and the audience is required to wear masks.
Yes,
right?
they will.
Are there any other requirements for the audience?
Vaccination.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've had that in place
We've
for
had
some
some time,
time.
but there may be some new people that aren't aware of that.
And most people find that quite reassuring,
It
because
is.
if you're going to sit in a room with a lot of other people, it's nice to know they're all vaccinated and
Mhm.
wearing masks.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, so what can you tell me about Stan as a director from 2 actors' perspectives?
Uh-oh.
What's it like working with Stan?
Well,
I've acted with him, so
my-
I was acting with him.
My perception of Stan from the get-go has been that he's very, very, very organized about everything. He has it all laid out. He has sort of expectations set for you, and it's very clear where we're going to be going. And that's been very reassuring as an actor to know that there's sort of a direction we're headed towards, and something we're working at.
And with you being a new actor, that's really good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
been important for me. So yeah.
Yeah. And Chris, what about you? Christine?
I absolutely agree that, he's very organized, and I appreciate that immensely, because again, we know exactly where we need to be and when we need to be there, and coming back to acting after so many years, it's nice to have that dependable, strict, I don't know, it's kind of like a teacher.
Structure is helpful.
Structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you have enough to deal with as an actor, learning the
Allows for
character,
creativity.
getting into the character. You don't need a lot of logistical problems to deal with, so we try to avoid those.
He's giving us leeway, though, as far as learning who our character is and bringing that person to life, which I kind of would like to have a little bit more input, and I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah.
Once we have kind of figured out who we think we are, and then that's where the director comes in. So that's going to be an interesting exchange. But right now, it's very free form as far as the rehearsals are concerned. And I appreciate that, because it gives me an opportunity then to learn not just my character, but the other characters as well, and to kind of see how we interact.
Oh, great. And Okay.
I was going to say, I also really appreciate that we had a moment where we all sort of sat down and shared our characters too. Stan had us all sort of think about the backstory a lot. And
Oh, that's good.
I had never done that for a character before. The one I knew, I did not try and develop much of that story. So having a sense of who the character is was also very nice. So I'm glad that he prompted us to do that and encouraged us to think outside the box for our characters.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what are some of the challenges for you, Stan?
Well, we have a few logistical challenges in this play, including a trap door. We don't have a trap door, so we have to have a trap door that we're going to configure, and some interesting special effects. But these are technical challenges that are not their problem, thank goodness.
Yeah,
They're my problem.
that's your problem in the stage design, right?
Yeah.
So, any other challenges with play, or
No, not really. It's just going to be such fun. I'm already having so much fun with it. And I've got a wonderful stage manager, Julie Esposito, who is one of the reasons why things seem so organized. This one is organized.
Really?
Oh, yes. So she's a huge help.
that is so good to have a very organized stage manager.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, again, the performance of the play is when?
Opens May 20th,
Uh-huh.
and it's 3 weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon,
Mhm.
and closes on June 5th.
Again, it's The Foreigner.
Yeah, and we do have free parking for people that come to the theater and the county lot, a block away.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
Yeah, we're offering free parking now, so no need to worry about the Flagstaff parking thing if you're coming to
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
good, and it's so encouraging.
Yeah,
for
the
folks.
county's been very supportive of that, so we really appreciate it.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Thank you.
Celebrating excellence in the arts and sciences, the Viola Awards recognize artists, educators, organizations, and leaders who make positive contributions to the arts and sciences in Flagstaff. Tickets to the Viola Awards are available now at Flagstaff Arts Council. It's your opportunity to support all of the arts in Flagstaff. Get your tickets today.
Our correspondent tonight, Jamie Hassapis. Thank you very much. In The Foreigner, directors Stan Sutherland, actors Kai Bergland, and Christine Fredericks. Thank you all very, very much. Look forward to seeing a hilarious show. Live from the Theater Basement, producers Jamie Stanton and Linda Sotera. Engineer Matt Brewer, technician Ava Haynes, associate producers Virginia Brown, Joe Maniglia, Michael Roulon. Correspondents Mackenzie Chase, Jamie Hassapis. Crew, Justin Moscow and Isabella Zagari. You know, it takes a lot of people to put this show together. They've all been doing a great job for the past year and a half. Dramaturgy, Theatrikos Artistic Committee, Play Curation, Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase, and last, and definitely least, the executive producer, Chris Farrell. Live from the Theater Basement, Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcasts, is a production of Theatrikos Theatre Company in partnership with Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase and Deuteron Films. Theatrikos Theatre Company, Flagstaff, Arizona, is the theater company of Northern Arizona and the Grand Canyon, embracing the spirit of Broadway with such shows as The Foreigner, runs here at Theatrikos May 20th through June 5th. Get your tickets now. It promises to be a hilarious show. Live from the Theater Basement, the weekly podcast streaming show from Theatrikos Theatre Company alternates between 10-minute short plays and interviews with Arizona arts leaders like the ones you just heard from. If you, as a listener-viewer, have input, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at theater@theatrikos.com. Live from the Theater Basement, new episodes each week on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcast, is funded in part by Creative Flagstaff, formerly the Flagstaff Arts Council, and the Arizona Community Foundation. Additional funding from the Arizona Commission on the Arts, Flagstaff 365, PPP revenue of the City of Flagstaff, Calf Country Radio, and patrons of the arts like you. Thanks for joining us tonight on Live from the Theater Basement. This is Theatrikos. Coming up next week on May 1st, May Day. Hey, on Live from the Theater Basement, we talk about summer educational theater. What will your child learn by studying theater? That's next Sunday, May 1st at 7:30 p.m. and wherever you get your podcasts.